So if you're trading US30 and you're stuck, you're lost, you don't know how to trade it at the New York Open, don't worry because I'm going to explain in full detail how to trade US30 at the New York Open. And by the end of this video, you will have a much clearer understanding. So before we get started in this video, I want to say thank you guys. We finally reached 20K subs. So if you're watching this video, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss any other videos. This does also help the channel grow. And yeah, you'll be notified when I post. So let's get started, right? How do we trade US30 at the New York Open? How do you know which way to place your trade? Let's start with the daily time frame. This is the key to everything, the higher time frame. The higher time frame is just as important as the smaller time frame, vice versa. We just have different purposes. So on this daily time frame, there's a few things that I'm looking for or paying attention to, especially pre-market. So if you're going to be trading a 9:30 EST, you need to be in the charts maybe like 2 hours before and looking at the higher time frame, such as the daily time frame, previous sessions. We're going to break all of that down. The first thing that I'm going to pay attention to is the previous day high and low, simply because based on the direction, my directional bias, I'm going to determine if I'm targeting the previous day's high or the previous day's low. So if I'm expecting price to go lower, I'm going to target the previous day's low. If I'm expecting price to go higher, I'm going to target the previous day's high. There are some instances where price will sweep the low and then go for the high, vice versa. But in this case, it normally works like that. Depending on your bias, you target previous day's high or low, okay? So the second thing that I'm going to pay attention to is the placement. Where are we? Are we like high up at the highs, which is like very premium, or are we kind of low? Did we come from a higher area and now we're kind of lower? This tells us that we're kind of like in a discounted price. And once I determine like, hey, we're in premium. So today, for today's trade, I was like, hey, we're in premium. Another thing that we have to pay attention to is the draw on liquidity. Okay, what does that mean? This means that you should always have some previous sellers or some previous buyers that you are targeting. This is very important. So for my community this week, we were looking to take out the supply zone from last week, which is the highs that you see me putting these dots above, right? This is where lots of people have placed sells, there are stops above, and I wanted to see price make its way up to this area. Okay, so that was my intention for this week. This is why at the beginning of the week, I took buying opportunities. But once we come and we fulfill that objective, what comes next, right? Once we fulfill the objective of taking out these highs, do we still look to go higher from this point? No, we probably look to see if price wants to go for some other areas that it has left behind, okay? So I already came up with my bias pretty early on. I wanted to see price go for some discounted price. There was another area that I noticed that price had not yet fulfilled. So we head over to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was talking about, okay? And then we'll get into the New York Open opportunity that I had based on my analysis. So my analysis is already pointing me downward. Okay. Once you have that in mind, it's all about finding your area of interest to enter, making sure your entry is fine. Okay. So listen, right? This is the area that price had left behind. There was a gap. There was a gap that we opened with. The gap was much bigger than this. Monday price, the opportunity was down. Price came down, filled in some of the gap, but it left behind the rest of the gap. So this is how we were trading before price came down today. We were, let's see, this is around the 9:30 open, right around here is the 9:30 open. So we had not come down low enough to fill in this gap as of yet. So that became the objective for today. Right? Are we going to go down and finish filling in the rest of that gap? So my bias was pointing me downward, okay? Even as I got down to the lower time frame. Now, the next thing that you need to be paying attention to is what happened in the previous sessions. Here's Asia session and here is London session. And when you're trading indices, the best times to trade the indices is the overlap of London and New York session. That's where all of the volatility comes in at. Okay. So let's pay attention to London session. Have we been breaking structure up or have we been breaking structure down? Because this needs, because you came up with your bias on a higher time frame, this needs to work together. So Price has been breaking structure to the downside. Even in Asia session, even in London session, we failed to break structure to the upside. This kind of goes with my bias. So if I am going to be participating at the New York Open and I see that price is breaking structure to the downside, and I see that on a higher time frame prices and premium, it looks like I'm gearing up for a selling opportunity. Okay, let's head down to the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to zoom in on the 9:30 open. Now, I do have to explain this. Sometimes the 9:30 candle will bring you to a place that you can enter. Sometimes if you're bullish, it will bring you down, manipulate down into discount just to go higher. Sometimes it will go up into premium, get people to want to buy up just to go down. But sometimes the move has already started prior to the New York Open, and we're getting like a short retracement just to continue down. In that case, that kind of example happened today where price was simply continuing. So let's check this out on the 1-minute time frame. Here is that 9:30 candle, 9:30 right here. Here's that candle, right? Now, remember what we looked at in the previous sessions. Price has been breaking structure to the downside. And I think that sometimes we see that price left behind, like imbalance and stuff, and our brain tells us that price must retrace back to the imbalance before continuing lower. But price also sets the tone for how it's going to move and operate. So if price leaves behind some imbalance, but it creates supply, as you see here, and then in number 2 breaks structure, as you see here, then you may not expect price to come back to that imbalance. Okay, so 9:30 candle, we broke structure quite a few times. Price kind of pulls up a little bit, right? It doesn't go back into premium. We don't expect that because it's showing us the patterns. 9:30 candle opens right around here, right? Kind of moves back and forth. This is a consolidated period, right? But it's also accumulation. This means that orders are building. You just have to know what kind of orders are building. And even when price is moving, you have to stick to your bias. Okay? But even in the consolidation, something is very clear. Price is continuing to break structure to the downside. So price has broken structure yet again. It's retesting. It's not closing above the highs. Price comes down again. It pulls back up to the highs. It's closing beneath that high. Price comes down again. It breaks structure again. It retests for a final time. And then it takes off, giving us very little retest entries. And then finally, we make our way down to the rest of that gap that we spoke about, that we had at the New York Open, at the Sunday Open for this week. Price comes down and fills in the rest of that gap. And if you were waiting to take an opportunity for a buy, possibly you would have had to wait until price was showing you that it was ready. So I did take a buy as well. Let's get to the 1-minute time frame. There were a few areas that I was considering buying from, but we kept failing to go up above the highs and close. So price came back down to this particular area, somewhere around here. Honestly. I seen that price kind of came and respected this low, and then I got in right around here. It gave a retest and never came back to my entry. And then it went up. I think I took it to almost 200 points. So I caught the 350 points down, and then I took price up 200 points, and I concluded my trading day. It was a very good trading day, but I do see how it could have been confusing if you were trying to predict rather than look at the facts of what price was doing. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this video helps. Consider subscribing. If you're looking for a really good broker to trade with, click the link. If you're looking for a community, a really nice trading community, click the link in the description as well. And I will see you guys at the next video.